Hello and welcome to a short webinar where I'll be taking you through the new features in Cygnus version 6. And when I say features, there are a few fixes and a few new features in Cygnus, but the one large thing, i.e. the one major change in Cygnus version 6 is SwiftCore PAF from the Software Bureau. Okay, so developed by the Software Bureau, we've been working on this over the last few years as a replacement to the GB Group PAF we've been using for at least 20 years. It's hosted on Microsoft Azure in the cloud. It's powered by our SwiftCore platform, which some of you are probably aware of. All data is fully AES encrypted in transit, so no need to be concerned about the security of your data in transit. It's also important to say that no personally identifiable information is uploaded, it's just address data. Okay, so here's the PAF form, obviously very similar to the previous PAF form, but there are a few new features within this that I'll take you through. There is a user guide, a new user guide, which takes you through all of these options. So rather than covering them all now, I'll leave you to have a look at the user guide so you can get more information on what these new options can do. So first of all, there is a allow postal area changes option. Partial match address core. For partial matches, you have a number of options as to what you want to do with the address core, which is, as you're probably aware, everything above the postal town. County, we have a few options as to how you want to handle counties return to your PAF address. We have a new option to retain input company names. A couple of new styling options just to try and treat company names how you would want them to be treated in the returned address. For those of you that use Cygnus DPS in your Cygnus installation, that module is being discontinued, but don't be alarmed. We have a new feature called Maximize DPS Allocation in SwiftCore PAF that will replace the Cygnus DPS module to try and boost your DPS allocation for Mailmark, etc. Engine choice, you have SwiftCore and you have GB Group. Now the GB Group one will only be available provided you still have a GB Group license active. So as soon as your license expires, that feature, that option will disappear. Okay, there are a number of user actions that you'll need to go through in order to get your SwiftCore PAF up and running. One is that support will provide you a modification file to enable SwiftCore PAF within Cygnus. And when you upgrade, we'll be in touch or get in touch with us and we'll get that modification file over to you. Users will need to register on our SwiftCore portal to obtain the necessary credentials. And once registered, users will need to log in to obtain their client ID and their client secret. Okay, so portal.swiftcore.net is where you would go to register. And if you watch the short video now, that will take you through what you need to do in order to register a new SwiftCore account. So first name and last name, of course. Then your phone number. Your company name. Your email address. And of course, a password, which you need to confirm. Check the reCAPTCHA box and then click on register. Okay, then you will receive an email asking you to verify your account, and you can see there's a link where the red box is on screen now. You'll then receive a notification that your account has been confirmed, and you can move on to the next step. So, log back into your SwiftCore account, and copy your client ID. You can see on the right hand side there's a copy button, and then generate your client secret. Having copied and generated your client secret, we strongly suggest that you store this information in a secure location other than Cygnus, such as a password vault. Because if you lose your client secret and you have to allocate it into Cygnus, you'll need to go and regenerate it, which will disable SwiftCore PAF. So you need to go and the best thing to do is to save it in a secure location, so you can always reuse it if need be. Okay, so now open Cygnus, go to Tools, Options and PAF Credentials. Paste in your client ID and your client secret that you copied from your SwiftCore account. And you're now ready to use SwiftCore PAF in Cygnus. Okay, so using PAF, as previously, you right mouse click and select PAF. If you still have an active GB Group PAF license, you will see two options as mentioned previously. If your GB Group license has expired, then you will just see the Use SwiftCore option. Okay, in terms of processing. Now, if you watch again this short video, you can see that the PAF process is running, and the first thing it is doing is preparing the file. Then it's uploading it into the cloud, and it does this in batches of 1,000 records. So the upload is complete. It will now be doing its matching in the SwiftCore PAF engine. And it's now downloading those records that have been matched against PAF. And it will now go through a process of basically reassembling all those addresses that it received as part of that PAF processing. And of course, as per usual, it will update the flags on the right hand side with the various categories of result. Okay, and that's done. So let's move on to reports. Okay, so once again, log into your SwiftCore account. Then you'll see an option on the toolbar called Reports. So drop the menu down and select PAF Report. And first thing you would do is set a date range. So for example, on screen, you can see that I'm selecting from the 1st of February 2024 to the 14th of February 2024. And then click on Generate Report. And that will display the following. And as you can see, you've got a variety of information on this report, starting with the user information top left, so your username and company, and the number of jobs in the report. And then down at the bottom, you can see under client, that's your job name, so client demos in our example. Date and time it was PAF module was created. Reference 1 is your job description. Reference 2 is the icon name on your process flow, so PAF 9 in this example. The product name is Cygnus and the product version is 6. And then at the end you can see how many records were submitted and how many records were downloaded. Okay, you can also produce a CSV file of this by clicking on the download button, as you can see on the left hand side of the screen, and that will download a CSV version of the report we've just been looking at. Okay, that's about it. Thank you for watching. There will be a recording of this webinar on our YouTube channel, and an email will be sent to all customers with a link to that recording. Any questions, please call or email me, or the support team, of course, and we'll gladly answer any questions you have about SwiftCore PAF. So once again, thank you for watching and see you soon.